down.
You don't.
Another step.
You don't want to get distracted.
Right.
Like
Down we go.
I did at a local Starbucks. Pouring my soul into a red leather notebook. Here's what I wrote.
Oh, come on.
I wish I could follow through on that dream I had to seduce you in that pink lace top. Call the shots like I did at Cafe Santana after I instant messaged you. I have video proposal. After you told me we could hang out, be friends, the physical couldn't happen. Apparently, boys, they don't like girls with drama, and maybe that's you. I know you said don't take it all personal. I do. Come on. Give me one night, 2 shots of Jack Daniels, and something with soul on the bar radio. I threw it all down because words put truth to pain that I fell in and out of. That some people thought that I was too young to have. Maybe I should tell you a little bit about myself. Scene 2. When I was in high school, I wrote a one-woman show. It was all about Cinderella. I explored my version of Cinderella for the piece. I loved the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical with Leslie Ann Warren, Ginger Rogers, Walter Pidgeon. This girl, Audrey, makes an appearance. To me, she was an evil stepsister. She got accolades. So when I was in 2nd grade, I tried to choke her. And Ida, the big-breasted security guard, came to the rescue and pulled me off her, and Julie, the teacher, arrived on the scene. Are you all right, Audrey? Are you all right, Audrey? You're my darling. She tried to kill me, Audrey squeaked. And then the first-lived Audrey nailed me to another infraction. She did something else, too. And Julie admonished me for attempting strangling. I was on the rebel side of the olive bench. Killing Audrey would have been my intention. Woman, you've got to stay strong, 'cause you are better, you are wiser, you are stronger than you think. You are better, you are wiser, and it's good to breathe in me. Get off your cinder, go wash your face. Don't waste time on Prince Charming. He's a flake. Romeo said to his son, of all else, I know myself be true. Feel outdone. That's all you've got to do.
And to be in this room. In 1964, when I was 9, my father and I built Theater 80, and we devoted the next 59 years of my life, and the rest of his life, and the rest of my mother's life, to serving the arts in New York. And so many of the plays that began at Theater 80 toured the world, serving the arts worldwide. I, in my later life, went into human rights law and worked on issues of marginalized cultural isolate communities, and through that also worked with homeless communities. And so I'm going to start with a song that I wrote, and the history of my singing. My father was a wonderful singer. My family collected songs in the Cumbrian and Irish tradition and the Scottish long form ballad tradition. So this I wrote for, many of you might remember that blank wall next to Theater 80 was a home for a number of homeless Native Americans because of our proximity to the American Indian Community House. And one of them, Vinnie Harkwell, had a friend who took care of him who was a gunnery sergeant in Vietnam, won a Silver Star, one of the highest medals you could win, and wound up homeless on the streets of New York. The real story of being missing in action after an American war. And I wrote this song and performed it at a festival, and I noticed that the subject of the song was there in the audience, and I invited him up to take the applause because the song is truly his. We are cold and broken, Damn, it's been so long I expected it. They're urging young ones to go and fight, or return and be forgotten. Excuse the lapses of memory. It's been a while since I've been on the stage. When I wrote that, I never land of the free and the home of the brave. By tobacco fields, my mother's labor pains brought me to the life of the lash and slave chains. I fled north to Canada from slavery, to the land of the brave and the home of the free. See crazy horse riding now over the plains, to greasy grass battle a victory to gain. From yellow hair's murders his people to save, the Lakota live free in the land of the brave. In this dark prison cell I barely can see Hans Yoder, who lies bruised and tortured like me. We Quakers and Amish no great war will fight. We bravely sought freedom from tyranny's might. With grandfather's musket I offered the fight to a coward in a jet plane that struck in the night. My forefathers in these mountains like me made a vow to stand home to the brave and the free. So now in these days when the banners all wave, ask yourself, what is freedom and where are the brave? Have the courage to stand with the brave and the free when your nation strays from the path of liberty.
Money, you know what I mean? And like they selling the having shows on that are actually popular that people want to come in. And the idea that the building was going to be sold at some point, we knew that was going to happen. You know, we knew they were fighting to keep it, and the idea was let's try to at least capture it while we can. There's that one interesting scene early on where Leia is you're showing Leia around the whole place. And again, I wanted to use that space as a character even more. We just didn't.
On the street, they call me Raz. I get a lot of respect. And if you diss me, I'll come to collect. I'm sorry because my homework is 3 weeks overdue. Oh, I do my homework when I come around with my crew. So on and shooby dooby dooby. Sometimes I feel so very bad. The problems of life want to make me sad. The bills are high, but the money is low. The time between payday goes much too slow. That greedy landlord must think I'm a fool. I swear I'm about to lose my cool. Take a little load off my mind. Oh, take a little load off my mind. Oh, these things could drive me to drink, but then just how low could I sink? Take a load off my mind. Hey, remember our psychedelic phase?
It was more our product placement phase. No, it's more like our litigation for copyright infringement phase. When the moon is in the backyard and Jupiter holds hands with Venus and doves will hide the coconuts and love will fill the glass. This is the evening of the polar glass, the age of a photograph.
Orange juice and cranberry cocktail.
Minute Maid Pepsi too. 7-Up and lemon iced tea.
Mystic Fanta, Arizona.
Dr. Pepper and Corona. And mimosa. Oh, Gatorade. Oh, Gatorade. Big lawsuit.
Sweet the ones who hate you, break the on the ones who waste my time, 'cause you don't need them, you don't want them, and there's nothing that you can have. You don't need them, you don't want them, to heaven, I will tell Saint Peter I pay my dues now. When I look to all my friends and they're drawn up for the 6 feet underground, and you know that this world can fuck you I was born a loser, but I ain't denying my I am not what you want me to be, and I won't conform to you in no way. I was born a loser, but I ain't gonna die that way.
Oceans are rising and it isn't surprising we didn't do all that. We can. We're having disasters. We're acting like bastards. We're all in denial. Decision is final. We better do all that. We can.
Hey, all you MAGA morons in Congress. It say here in the newspaper, doomsday clock 5 to 12. What the fuck? What the hell? Ain't you got any children you care about? No? Swell. Anybody at all you care about? Even your own scaggy behinds? What are you, blind? You rejected the green for the red. Methinks you have rocks in your head. Guess you won't be happy until we're all dead. The earth's in the toilet, you're determined to spoil it. The glaciers are melting, the polar bear's sweltering. We better do all that. We can. Hey, we better not wait. Hey, it may be too late for. We better do all that. We can. Democracy. Use it or lose it. Now I entreat you all to wake up and smell the renewed passion for fascism all over the world. That most unnatural species, the red-capped maggots, form their swarm behind Agent Orange, coming together in their cult 45, skinning democracy alive. Their mentality having no relationship to reality, calling those who have a reliance on science woke, as if that were some kind of curse. Of course, the sad joke is, it's quite the reverse. Their fear and hate spurring them on and on and on, worshiping the likes of Trump and Viktor Orban. The idiots of the village are thanking them as they literally rape and pillage them. E.J. Carroll's $5 million worth of justice may sound about right, but Trump will raise that online overnight. The hordes will give him their last dollar as they follow him over the cliff, taking us all with. Hey, Mr. Ben Franklin, our republic is slipping through our fingers as the white supremacy slingers push their phony, filthy, septic, apoplectic, apocalyptic isms. Racism, anti-Semitism, anti-intellectualism, causing a schism in the not yet United States of America's hysteria. I admit to being shocked. My world has been rocked. Come on. Did you ever think we would have a president who would make Nixon, Reagan, and Bush look good? Did you ever think Dracula's daughter, Liz Cheney, would be hailed as a hero of democracy? Did you ever think the party of red baiters, the original commie haters, would become Putin's pets, kissing cousins to the Kremlin? Did you ever think that when told the president had been indicted for a crime, you'd have to ask, oh yeah? Which one? Did it ever occur to you when asked about the McCarthy era, you'd have to ask, oh yeah? Which one? Ah yes, good old pussy whip, right-wing clip Kevin McCarthy. Speaker of the House, he's an awful louse. 15 votes, wow. He would have sold his soul if he still had one. Rumor has it that Marjorie Taylor Greene is wearing his balls as earrings and using his dick as her own personal dildo. Say it ain't so, Marjorie. Look out below, oh, I'm powering up my own personal Jewish space laser and aiming it at your addled lame brain. And then there's Ron DeSatan of the alt-right, altered state of Florida. Hail to the red devil Ron, who thinks he can master the Don Con and out Trump mein Trump. Turn Disney World into the city dump. That's just stupid and icky. Let's slip him a Mickey. He's the man with the band. Even outlawed a Diary of Anne. Frankly, my dear, I'm not much of a fan. But I do give a damn. First they burn the book, then the man, then the woman, then the child, while all the while they cry, fry the witches. Aren't you depressed by those sexually repressed sons of bitches? All they care about are their guns and their riches. Heaven save it, Ron would cut the penis off Michelangelo's David. Then just for kicks, he'd go after the DeMilo Venus and her tits. Without warning or caution, he outlawed abortion. Amidst the misogyny and trans ban, Diogenes would be hard put to find an honest man. Looking real cute in his white go-go boots, Ron naysays the gays, the blacks and the Jews. I've got the authoritarian blues. Our lies and hypocrisy are killing our democracy. As they're methodically disenfranchising, we all must be realizing, even with our hearts in our throats, we must use our voices and our votes before the Rons and the Dons turn 2024 into 1984, which the son of a bitch also banned. I wonder why. Couldn't we all just die?
Wow.
All right.
Bothers me anymore, honestly. Nothing So last song is a brand new song. You know, it's a slow jam to New York. But you might think slow jams are like love songs, and they kind of are. But I hear a lot of slow jam these days. Every day I hear slow jams. And they're kind of like the blues, really. They're disguised. So this is a slow jam in New York. Can't believe there was a time. Can't believe there wasn't a time to go where I needed to go. Can't believe it all could change. Now the forces have gone strange. Bombard me relentlessly so. Whoa, whoa. Give it to me what you got one more time. And I forgot all your crime. You're breaking and shaking me down, 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 shaking me down. Now you're jacking up the rates, and you love with all your hate, with love for yourself, uncompared, uncompared. Or so I tell them, give it to me what you got one more time. And you hope that I forgot all your crime. You're breaking and shaking me down, shaking me down, shaking me down. Yeah, oh, give it to me all what you got. Oh. Can't believe there was a time long before they lost their minds. We've been able to go where we needed to go, and we will again someday. Thank you very much. I'm hosting an open night every Monday night, starting June 5th at the Roof 222 Avenue. Love you.
Yo, Bendik! Well, everybody, I asked this. We present Josmar Locandra, Zane Michael, Morgana Kate Watson, James Booker, and a brief lesson in basic cable method acting.
Yeah, see you later tonight for Twisted. We'll hear Maude and another, some new songs for the genre musical. Oh, so how am I doing with this? I'm gonna try.
Beat back.
Boy, it's been a while. So welcome back, Joe Bendik. Let's see, where have we been?
Oh, you don't want to know.
We've always been here. We're always here. Okay, so we got a songwriter salon. I have different titles here. Go Lucky, Lovely Rose. You Give Me What I Want, or Peter and the Robot. I don't know what to do. Do what you wanna do. I don't know what to do. Do what you wanna do. Do what you wanna do. You give me what I want. How do you know that? My interests and desires, so unique, so separated from the wants of the world, and yet you learn them and give them giftlessly. You write the song I search, the radio to hear, and the radio for me plays it. The movie I would make, where can it be, is on tonight on broadcast TV. While both sides of a conversation is comprehended, I hear about your projects. I need to ask you, I want to know, and here you are telling me, as if at my unspoken command. Robots are learning that for which we're yearning. You play Rothko in Rothko's studio. I don't know what to do. Do what you wanna do. I don't know what to do. Do what you wanna do. Do what you wanna do. Our next song, is the Mushroom Song, but it's from descending from a mountain, a salt mountain, where there's a salt mine.
Peter and the Robot.
How we doing? Peter and the Robot. Oh, that's right. That was the first one. 1, 2, 3. What was it? Do you see our car where we left it? Look down there. It's down there. Will the path we beat beneath our feet lead us there? Even as we climb, does the path double back? We must increase our distance from the salt mine. Even though we stray from the well-trod tourist path, we travel ever downward to the mallow marshes. Down there in salt, where are we landing? Prepare. Here beneath an earth-formed embankment, we squatted, we plotted on the crumbled chunks beside a half-rooted tree. Taller though it grows, chunks of topsoil break away, exposing hidden rooted fungal networks. Why we turn our backs on the rope suspended bridge to face our destination. Down there we are looming over a cliff where only eagles hover. God used to but no longer gives me hope or help. Please God, hijack reproduction, it's a full-time blowjob. Deliver goods to places that are aimless. Whatever deaths the gods demand, we grant them during wartime. Square your shoulders, squeeze your butt, withhold the blood, behold the blood. Deliver pants to bodies that are legless. When the rolling boom becomes a sausage, I can see our car, we're almost there. We are there after the flash, where from our summit we plummet. When we see transforms in the darkness of twilight through midnight, luminescent heads not in the ground form a path. Lift us when we're down, lead the way to below the a setting of a poem, but why would I even know of it? I did know of it from once well, I was in England, a revered poet, Wilfred Owen, and I forgot the name until Lissa and Richard brought it back to us. Alyssa Moira and Richard West's Dada mystery play, Who Murdered Love? In that play, guilt plagues their main character, Private Eye Sam Speed, having lived through his service in the Great War, where so many died around him. He recites a poem by Wilfred Owen, who also died at the age of 25 in that war. And here for sort of a Memorial Day acknowledgement. The world waits. What passing bells for these who die as cattle? Only the monstrous anger of the guns. Only the rapid rifles' rapid rattle can patter out their hasty orisons. No reckless thieves with flies nor bells, nor any edge of earth's northern choirs. I'm sorry. The shrill demented choirs of wailing shells and bugles calling from them from sad shires. But candles may be boiled to be that all, not in the hands of boys, but in their eyes shall shine the holy glimmers of goodbyes. The pallor of girls' brows shall be their vow. Their smiles the tenderness of Asian minds, and each slow dusk a drawing down the line. For my last song from the Songwriter's Salon, it's called In It and Out of It. Can you remember as if we were never there? As draining conflicts drift away, as people die or move, we're gazing in outside here where the people we engage are those we find inside there as the sun sets on our Sunday. We're leaving our observatory to where the inner stress intensifies. The battle of opposing sides. Do nothing, no damage. Meet me here next Friday. So removed from Monday. Enjoy our Sunday walk. Explain and explore how we know as we're moved to dust. Where every particle has its story, which tell it must before reverting to inertness as garbage detritus. Sunsets on the mountain of our maze, by angling with the cloud forms it can set the sky ablaze. The last time we were here my heart was fine, my mind was clear. The damage is what comes from my succumbing to your surgery. We're leaving our observatory to where our inner stress intensifies. The battle of opposing sides. Do nothing, no damage. Meet you here next Friday. So far
as garbage detritus. There's nothing, we're damaged. Let's discuss on Friday. So removed from Monday, we'll bond about it then. Explaining, exploring, grinding soldiers into dust. Every particle has its story, which tell it must before reverting to its status as garbage detritus.
How many of you saw the musical he was talking about, Who Lived Love? Anyone? Heard? How many heard it? I was supposed to be in it. I was supposed
Gave its consent. I don't think it did, really. I don't think that the bull knew. I mean, they participated, but I don't think that they knew what, all right, well, maybe I'd like to get some audience participation, maybe. It's like kind of like that, I was like, thinking about what I can say and what I can't say, because that's where we are now, right? Like, you can only say what you really think to your 3 closest friends. Because the truth is that cancel culture is really about turning people in, okay? In the East Village, we had a long tradition here that no matter what happened, you don't call the cops, right? So it's really interesting that cancel culture could really get its claws into downtown New York. It's kind of a standard. Now, I had this experience, and some people are going to get mad at me, but I just have to tell this story. So, I met this girl in Baltimore. I was performing, and after the show, she came up and she was very complimentary about my work, and she was very modest, and humble. And she, said she was going to be coming to New York, and I gave her my number. I said, call me. So she calls me, right, young girl. And I think, well, I'm an old artist now. I should take her to lunch, right? Me, who has no money. The whole point of having any celebrity is so that people will take you to lunch. And if you can get enough celebrity downtown, people will take you to lunch and dinner. I learned that from Quentin Crisp. That's how Quentin Crisp lived his life. So anyway, I decided I'm going to take this girl to dinner, to lunch, and we go to lunch. And she says to me, she goes, I'm going to be doing a show in Brooklyn, and I would really like if you would perform. And I thought, wow, this girl's really bold. Now she wants me to come and perform at her show, right? Basically, she wants me to open for her. So I go, well, I understand. She thinks I'm going to bring an audience, right? So I call Steve, my longtime collaborator. We've been working together for 31 years. He says it feels like 32. And he goes, really, Brooklyn? I said, well, maybe we'll see new people who've never seen us perform. And he's like, okay, but in the end, he bagged on me, didn't want to go. So I take a car service, right, because I just couldn't face it, right? $30, right? So I don't care, I'm like, too bad, I go. And I get there, and there's these little girls. So it turns out she has 2 other girls who are going to open. And one is half Indian and half Italian, and she's thrilled to meet me because I'm Italian. So she's bonding on the Italian. You're going to clap because I'm Italian? Seriously. This is, there's a dumbing down in culture. And Italians are just, I mean, so dumbed down. Right? No, I know what it is. It's that you feel invisible as a minority, right? So we grew up being a minority, now we're not a minority. You know, people are very picky about, you know, like Yale, I don't know if you heard about this, at Yale University, the students had a mass protest at the cafeteria. They wanted them to stop serving Thai food. Because it wasn't cooked by Thai people. But apparently anyone can make pizza. We Italians are just, you know, left, you know, we can't protest. You know, it's that strange thing that's going on now. Who can say what to whom, right? Anyway, so the little girl, you know, half Indian, half Italian, we have that little conversation. And then there's another little black girl, and she's like, oh, you know, you're such a pioneer, Penny Arcade. Oh, I can't believe I'm on the bill with you, you know, you're so radical, you're so bold, you know, you really broke down barriers, you know, for women to be edgy and dark, you know. And both of these girls go to Ivy League schools. I just want to add that. So now, the girl who invited me, she's going to do her show after the three of us open for her. Apparently her show's like 20 minutes long. And she's going to do her show, and her show is a history of women in performance art. So I can just hardly wait for this. So the little Indian girl goes out. Oh no, so what happened? I didn't tell you this part. This is the important part. Nobody shows up. There's no audience. No audience at all. No one, not one person shows up. Apparently, Penny Arcade's name on the bill in Bushwick draws no one. So I, you know, me, right, like perennial teenager that I am, I'm like, hey, but let's do the show anyways. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I want to see what you guys do. So the little Indian girl gets up and she does a bit about being a nanny, but it's kind of has pathos to it because the children have been disappointed so many times because the nanny leaves. And in her piece, she, the nanny, leaves because she becomes a famous comedian. So I was waiting for a joke. There was no joke in the entire piece, but I sat and I listened, you know. Then the little black girl gets up, and she says, and we're going to do some theater games. How many milks made of nuts can you name? And me, being the tortured soul that I am, jump right in. Cashew milk, coconut milk, almond milk, macadamia milk. You know, I was just falling over myself to participate. And then she says, she's going to tell a joke by her boyfriend. So, I mean, I can't even remember the joke. It was like a terrible joke. She tells the joke and then she says, my boyfriend's white. She goes, and it's so embarrassing, you know, to have a white boyfriend. She goes, and I know that, you know, all the people that I knew, you know, back at Stanford would be really upset if they knew that I was dating a white guy. I'm sitting there watching, you know. Now it's my turn. So I go up and I start sort of parodying them and telling them I was like really jealous because they're young and just starting out and they're fresh and they're trying out new ideas and I want to try out new ideas. I think I can. I'm going to try this kind of idea. Like right now, for you guys, for all of you, I'm trying out like, you know, this kind of, you know, like forgetting that I have psoriatic arthritis, you know, forgetting that I really want to be in bed watching another rerun of Law and Order. No, I'm going to like really, you know, like be energetic and do something different. So I was doing that. then. And all of a sudden I realized I'm staring at the little black girl. She's sitting right there, right in front of me. And I said, you know, I found it really depressing. When you were embarrassed and you felt bad about having a white boyfriend and you were, you know, complaining about, you know, having a white boyfriend and feeling bad about it. And I said, if I had a black boyfriend, I couldn't complain about having a black boyfriend. I said, that wouldn't work. I said, people would get mad at me. I said, you know, when I was thinking about it, I said, have you had your DNA done? I said, because, you know, you're probably 35% French, 25% Scottish, 15% Irish. Basically, colonialism probably fucked the African right out of you. And all four of them stood up and started screaming, racist! White supremacist! Racist! I was like, I thought you liked edgy comedy. I said, shit, man, if you used that line, you'd be considered a comedic genius. You could just take that line and go straight to the top like Dave Chappelle. But I find it distressing right now that we can't say anything about anything to anybody. And the thing is, that's really scary is that it's already been proven scientifically that the way you learn, the way you actually think is by speaking. And freely speaking, not knowing what's going to come out of your mouth. I mean, that's how, like, you may think that you're the only person who does that, that you're the only person who finds out what you're thinking by talking. Actually, it's everybody. Okay, that's how you find out what you're thinking. That's how you develop your thoughts. That's how culture is developed. And now that people are policing our language, and worse than that, we're policing ourselves. You know, I mean, even I came out here and I was sitting back there and I was thinking, hey, I don't know. Penny, really? You know, really? I don't know, Penny. I don't know if you should see her. I don't know, Penny. But no, I didn't. And some of you laughed. And I made a point of noticing who laughed. So if I go down, you're going down with me. It's always so exciting to be at TNC because, face it, this is the only place left where there's a gathering of community which is open to everybody. Anybody can be here. You know, when you got up, you sir, when you got up and came on the stage, I was stunned. I said, where are his golf clubs? Have you noticed that now in the East Village, the thing you thought you would never see, men with golf clubs. I mean, honestly, you just, I mean, right? I mean, I'm not the only person. Don't you, when you see somebody with golf clubs up, don't you sort of, doesn't it sort of throw you, like for a second, like throw you like somebody in like khaki shorts with golf clubs? It's like, and then all the people queuing up for everything. You notice how people love to stand in lines? Isn't that amazing? Right in the East Village, right? Like if you know, normally people who came to the East Village, if you saw a line, you would avoid that place. You know, if you saw people standing in a line for a long time, like for 3 or 4 hours, you know, they're standing in line. You can't, it's like amazing. I was in line for 27 hours, and I got this. But the real experience was standing in the line. I just did it to stand in the line. So great to be in that line with all those people. It was, you know, it was really, I think that's how Woodstock must have felt. You know, like everybody together like that. It was really great. Oh my God. It's so exciting. So exciting to be here with you guys. I was young here. I started out young here, very young. I was very young here once, long ago. Yes. Actually, when I came back to New York in 1981, after being gone for 10 years, the first place I performed was Theater for the New City. Crystal had me in the red and black. Yep, I was doing street theater, and they're still doing it. There's still young artists, and then the old artists are here, and all wonderful people, Lissa and Richard West, and there's VII. Right? Like, and there's more people I just can't see. Because I'm old. I never thought I was going to be as high as I was in the 60s. Doing all those drugs, taking all that acid, all that mescaline. Nobody told me about menopause. Drugs manufactured in your own body. At absolutely no cost to you personally. So anyways, I don't want to take up too much time. I'm sure there's more people performing. I just want to tell you that it's wonderful that you're here. This is like, you know, the heart of what downtown is about, the heart of, and we're this last bit of it, and new people are here, and you're like welcome, and you're part of it, and it's all about lineage, it's all about being part of it. And people come up to me all the time, and they go, oh, you know, I'm Penny, you know, I wish I was like, you know, cool enough to be, you know, in the underground, you know. And I say, it's not about being cool, it's about being willing. Willing. But remember to come to the plays and the shows that are put on here. And don't think of this as a never-ending resource, because it's a miracle that Theater for the New City is still here. It's a miracle that it is not part of the not-for-profit industrial complex. Not-for-profit industrial complex, you know what that is? That only lets certain people perform. Everybody can work here, and twice or 3 times a year you can work here for absolutely free. Free means you don't get paid. And that is a wonderful thing. Thank you, guys.
We still got some people out here. Good job, everybody. Have a round of applause for you all for sticking with it and supporting downtown arts. It's really wonderful. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, up next we have excerpts from Twisted. Yes, woo! First up, we will have Maude Burke. He will perform a song from Twisted, which opened here in the Johnson Theater, or opens here, excuse me, it's coming up. It opens here in the Johnson on September 28th. So mark down your calendars, you like what you hear coming up, September 28th, Twisted. After receiving extensive shock therapy at the Oak Haven Home for the Criminally Insane, Phoebe discovers she has the ability to electrocute people. That will be the first number. The second number will be performed by Robert Grant. 2 brothers, members of an ancient religious cult who turned into alligators when sexually aroused, have been at odds with one another for all of their lives. After a fight to the death, the evil, narcissistic one ends it all with a song. Both songs and all musical accompaniment will be done by our fabulous Peter Dizozza. Enjoy Twisted.
I am not Maude. Although I wish I was. it's au revoir for that. Non, je ne regrette rien. Understood? You know I kept you safe from harm. I did my very best, which was never very easy for a family I detest. And to my God below, I've been a faithful servant, Lord. Thanks a lot for nothing, if this is my reward. I ate over 12,000 people and screwed my own mother several times. And this is the thanks I get. I did everything right. I thought I'd be next in line, sitting by your side. Instead, I got the middle finger and a kick in the behind. But who said life is fair? We all just fade away. Before I go, there's some things I'd like to say. It should have been him. It should have been him. I served you night and day while he was reeking of gin. It should have been him. It should have been him. He stands there gloating while the lights around me dim. But before I expire, mark my words, brother dear, if there's any way back, you'll have plenty to fear. And to everyone else, to give you time to adjust, go to the front hall, you'll see I pose for a bust. And if that's not enough, so you don't forget me, here's an 8x10 glossy, take one, it's free! And now, the end is near, so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll state my case, of which I am certain. It's been great, it's been fun, though it's rude to eat and run. This is it, my time is near. On second thought, brother dear, let's shake and leave as friends, always soulmates to the end. Leaning close, nothing to fear. I'm going fast, not one more tear. Let's say farewell. Don't look so grim. My final words. It should have been him.
I'm Maude Burke. Did you miss me? When I was a little girl, I used to dream there'd be a knock on the door and my father would be standing there. He'd say, "Phoebe, I'm sorry, I'll never leave again." My mother would embrace me and she'd say, "Phoebe, I'm sorry, I promised to make amends." And then one day there was a knock on the door and it wasn't my father at all. It was the angel of death who came to pay a call. He strapped me down upon his bed and placed electrodes on my head. The dark would never end until one night, the light appeared, shining thrill, 'cause I'm programmed to kill, so don't get in my way. Don't get in my way.
Alrighty, give it up for Twisted! Thank you, Twisted. Alright, you are in for a treat, hang tighters. Next up, we have the wonderful, legendary, amazing Grace.
Here, I gotta get my stars here too.
Yeah.
Anti-hoot, and that is the roost. What can we say about it? It's a, oh, and I'm gonna have a lot of wind activity. Yes, the other thing. Oh, hey Joe, the moldy peaches are back.
Oh, really?
Really? They are in Spain and London. They're going to bring their, there's a movie, you know, we're getting to know a little bit of Interpol or something. Interpol is a band. You're going to use, oh, can we get 2 stands up here also, please? Do you need your goods? Because we're going to need a stand for Ralph. All right, let's try our little songs, such as they are. Oh, I don't know what to do. So it's called Antifa. And we recorded Pro-Choice on Mental Health. Joe's, of course, recorded his own albums. And, yeah, there's been a whole history of it, right? What else do we have? Oh, the Regina Spektor name comes up. There's Nellie McKay, believe it or not, it all came together at a sidewalk cafe. And now, where are we? Well, Go Lucky Lucky Rose, You Give Me What I Want, Peter and the Robot. Oh, my name is Peter Dizozza. I don't know what to do what you wanna do. I don't know what to do what you wanna do what you wanna do. You give me what I want, how do you know that? My interests and desires, so unique, so separated from the wants of the world, and yet you learn them and give them giftlessly. You write a song, I search the radio to hear, and the radio for me plays it. The movie I would make, where can it be? It's on tonight on broadcast TV. Well, both sides of a conversation is miscomprehended. I hear about your projects, I need to ask you. Wanna know where you are telling me, as if it's my unspoken command. Robots are learning that for which we're yearning. You play Rothko in Rothko's studio. I don't know what to do what you wanna do. I don't know what to do what you wanna do what you wanna do. Thank you. There's one. The next one is called The Mallow Marshes, walking down from the salt mine. Let's see if I'll get Do you see our car where we left it? Look down there, it's down there. This path we lead within our feet lead us there. Even as we climb, does the path double back?
to the narrow marshes down there in salt where our landing prepared. There beneath an earth-formed embankment we squatted, we plotted all the troubled chunks beside a half-rooted tree. Even though it grows just topsoil like a ray, exposing hidden rooted fungal networks. Why we turn our backs on the rope suspended bridge to see our destination. There we are over where only the eagles hover. God used to, but no longer gives me hope or help. Please God, hijack reproduction, it's a full-time blowjob. Remember plenty places that are faithless. Whatever gets the gods to know your eyes. Square your shoulders, squeeze your butt, behold the blood, delivers blood to bodies that are made. When the rolling boom becomes a sausage, I can see our colors red. We are there after the banquet from our summit. We plummet. What we see transforms in the darkness of twilight to midnight. Luminescent heads dotting the ground on a path. Because when we're bouncing away to below the colors of the nighttime glowing, hidden from the sun, we are free to see the light that rises from the moisture to the narrow marshes. I'd like to bring up Ralph Denzer, trumpet playing friend from Bushwick Book Club, and now I'm going to attempt with my ability to read and remember. The memory is pretty far from, but maybe, because you know the song, you can sing along. It's an interesting moment in a score by the Sherman Brothers. They have
so I didn't know how to.
I'm not sure if this is right here or not, but people want to be human, and the idea that they would be human starts with the orangutan, and it's just a moment where he's serious about wanting to be human. So we get into, Island of Lost Souls. Do you know this, Joe? I think you will be surprised to be reminded. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. Very brief. The jungle VIP, I reached the top and had to stop. That's what's bothering me. I wanna be a man come and stroll right into town and be just like the other men. I'm tired of monkeying around. Oh, ooh, 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 I wanna be like you. Ooh. I wanna walk like you, talk like you too. You'll see it's true. And an ape like me can learn to be human too. What I desire is man's red fire, so I can be like you. Give me the secret, man, come, just clue me what to do. And give me the power of man's red flower and make my dream come true. I wanna talk like you, walk like you, too. Yeah, see it's true. Attempt with music because we're going to go from one extreme to the other because it is a Memorial Day weekend, and it's Melissa Moira's and Richard West's Dada mystery play. It's called Who Murdered Love, and you'll get some songs tonight in the Johnson. Guilt plagues their main character, Private Eye Sam Speed. Having lived through his service in the Great War when so many died around him, he recites a poem by Wilfred Owen, who also died in that war at the age of 25.
There's no bass in, so I'm gonna right into the board. Yeah. Okay.
So who's familiar with that name, Wilfred Owen? We think, are we following the Wilfred Owen history? Anybody World War I? Any interest in the that earlier, the Great War? Oh, F sharp, okay. What passing bells for these who die as cattle? Only the monstrous anger of the blind. Only the stuttering rifles rapid rattle can patter out their hasty only sign. No mockeries meant for them, no prayers were bound. Not any voice of warning save the choirs, the shrill demented choirs of wailing shells, and bugles calling from the free sad shires. What candles maybe help us speed that hour? Not in the hands of boys, but in their eyes shall shine the holy glimmers of good eyes. The pallor of girls' brows shall be their pride. The flowers, the tenderness of patient minds, and each slow dusk a drawing down of blind.
Peter. The stars aligned. I was just walking down the street.
Oh, okay. Well, good to see you in
Good to
our
see you
local
too.
area.
You guys see the drummer?
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Wait. Wow.
This is your daughter.
Lone Star. Oh, she's a big Lone Star fan. Gee,
You sound great. You sound great.
I didn't sound. It was no, but that was good. I was working. And
No, you guys sound amazing. I can't believe I ran into you.
Surreal, noir, musical comedy, Who Murdered the Love by the Samara and Richard West. Musical direction by Peter Dizozza. Choreography by Olivia Palacios. Music by West and Moree. Moira, lyrics and direction by Lisa Moira. Songs, Oh Sam, it's 1924, and Secretary Gail Friday, played by Rory Najee, yearned for true love from her private detective boyfriend, Sleepy Sam Speed, played by John David West. It's more than a memory. Sleepy Sam Speed sings about his experiences as a lieutenant in World War I. The Selfish Blues, gorgeous heiress, Honey Pots, played by Alyssa Ermolayev, sings about her feelings for her missing lover, artist Dada Love, and 14, Dada Holiday, Parisian artist Darcel Ducamp, played by Jet Cantor, teaches us how to play the Dada way.
I was drunk last night, my darling. I was drunk the night before. But if you forgive me, darling, I'll never be drunk anymore.
Oh Sam, why? Oh Sam, when I'm without you. Oh Sam, can't you see it's true? You and me could be we, but Sam is a man who's been too much.
trenches, the stenches, all the perfumes of Araby, and all the whiskey in Christendom cannot. They say, whoever they are, they say you can never drink enough to wash the stench of the war away. They say it, and I buy it, but I still gotta try it anyway because the stenches, the trenches, the witches and wretches who lie dead next to me. It's more than a memory. The whorehouse is all lousy with louses, the itch in my trousers, the feeling arouses with each woman who gets next to me. It's more than a memory. The mud, oh the layers of crud, as my feet fill with the blood from the boots that I drug off the buddy who died next to me. It's done! The blind futility, yet guilty ecstasy, the ugly epiphany. I'm not the one, the dead one. As I see, it's not me. It's not me. It's not me. It's more than a memory. The gases, the rashes, the fat corporate asses, their brasses and their brasses. They called me a hero. Well, they diddled like Nero. They gave me a medal. Well, they stood and peddled their bullshit and their bullets. The stuff of a Pulitzer Prize. Oh, the lies, oh, the lies, oh, the lies, oh, the lies, oh, the lies. Everybody dies but me, not me. It's more than a memory, an ocean of booze I still cannot lose. This agony, it's more than a memory. To me, to me, to me, to me.
Why didn't you ever tell me?
I tell you what, Angel Face.
Well, they-
Oh, no, she didn't mean a thing to me, Angel Baby. Oh, what you gonna do with the drunken failure? What you gonna do with the drunken failure? What you gonna...
Sam, you're not a failure.
Oh, yeah.
You're just drunk.
Oh, yes.
Again.
That's good.
I said, take it or leave
holiday. It depends on your point of view. You just have to find the point. The pointless point of view. Try to make it new. Try to make it move. La 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 zizi and hoo-da-ma-doo. Can you see me? I can see you. Here is a paintbrush and Zabaloo too. I can make art with a two or and two. Run the pan tango with the pango. I can make art when I trip on the orange and yellow, green, purple and blue. Roses are jello and violets are blue. Said not really blue. They're violet. I'm a very nice pilot, and I sink you on. Life is infernal, the infernal machine. Art is eternal, the eternal dream. And who the money? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Maestro! L'amor! Oh, 'tis a lover who seems to be here. And then you discover she's way over there. And then sometimes she seems to just disappear. It's just a conundrum. Locked up in a square. Art's really a trickster who's left you for a new sphere. It's easy and hoo-da-ba-doo. Raza-ba-doodly, 22. Skadoo!
Thank you. Here's the more Richard West, Who Murders Love. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, everyone.
This nurtured and developed in its earliest days. Wonderful, wonderful company. The Love Show. Cornwall and The Love Show. Epstein and Hassan performed here at TNC many times.
So good evening, everyone, and welcome. We're Epstein and Hassan, the Black and the Jew. On January 9th of this year, we celebrated our 37th wedding anniversary. Wow. 37 years of Black Jew love. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at two people who have a very successful marriage.
We present Austin Pendleton. A brilliant actor, writer, director, and he has performed at Theater for the New City numerous times. Well, a number of times when we can steal him back from Broadway. At any rate, tonight he will give us a song, and he will be accompanied by Peter Dizozza. Austin Pendleton.
Okay. All right, this is a song about a guy who's really doesn't care for himself much at all, and who's proposing to a woman. But he's pissed off at himself, you know. Okay. You can hear a sound, not the turn of a leaf or the fall of a wave hid in the sand. The tide's creeping up on the beach like a thief, afraid to be caught stealing the land. On a night like this, I start to wonder, life is all about. And I always say two heads are better than one. Figure it out. Look, I'm no good. I'm hopeless. Look, kind of scrawny and pale, picking at my food, lovesick like any other guy. I'd throw away my sweater and dress up like a dude in a dickie and a collar and a tie. If I loved you, and somehow I can see just exactly how I love you. Yes, I love you. Always been going easy round in circles. I time and again I would sorrow to say, oh, I'd want you to know. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'll leave to know how I love you if I loved you. If I loved you, time and again I would try to say, I want you to know I loved you. Words would come in an easy way. Round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon off you would go in the mist of never, never to know how I loved you. If I loved you.